Hello and welcome to this space. I'm Erin, and today I'm going to introduce you to the box breath technique. Most of this episode will be informational learning before we get to the actual practice. I will be releasing an episode that moves straight into the breathwork practice in the future, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. But for today, we are going to start with a look at how we are breathing right now. Without making any changes yet, notice your breath. Notice the areas of your body that are moving. See if you can notice how you feel with these breaths. Now I want you to specifically notice your belly and how it moves with the breath. How does it move for the inhale and for the exhale? Many people, as they grow up, actually change how they let the body move as they breathe, setting up an unhelpful pattern. When you observe a sleeping baby, they breathe the way that the body is designed for. The belly fills up on the inhale, creating space for the air without bones in the way. And the belly sinks to neutral on the exhale, emptying out. I was in my middle school choir class before my breath pattern was pointed out to me. As an American girl, I learned to suck my belly in on the inhale and let it go to neutral on the exhale, so my belly never looked bigger. This was a learned poor habit that was causing restriction of my breath. It also meant that I was breathing with my shoulders to create space in the torso for the air. They lifted on the inhale and fell on the exhale. This was my body accommodating my poor breath pattern, and it was actually costing my body more energy. This is heavy work because it was lifting the bones of the shoulder and the arms with every single breath. Not efficient. So what I would like you to do now is try to bring your breath to the belly. Whether you breathe deep enough to fill with air or not, intentionally push your stomach out on an inhale and then pull the belly button back on the exhale. Not to the point that you are sucking your stomach in, but to neutral. Again, push the belly out on the inhale and either pull it in or let it sink on the exhale. This is easier to practice if you're laying down. If this is opposite your normal pattern, it will feel different, possibly weird as you are starting. But once you switch your muscle movement, the body will keep this pattern naturally. And this is a huge first step toward better breathing in your daily life. Keep this belly breath going as I continue. Stay with the breath, learning this pattern and teaching your body a new but original way of breathing. Correcting this breath pattern will sink in and become automatic, but belly breathing versus chest breathing is a different issue. Many people will still find themselves breathing with the shoulders. This can tie in to anxiety responses in the body, traumas, and emotional struggles. And that is part of why taking the time to practice breath work makes such a difference. Chest breathing is likely the habit your body is stuck in, which provides less efficient, shallower breaths, and then less oxygen to the brain and just all kinds of things. It spirals down. Belly breathing happens naturally when the body and the mind are calmer, more regulated, more at ease. Breath work is the practice of controlling the breath with the mind to create a different effect in the body. There are many different practices. To name a few responses, we can heat, cool, activate, calm, balance, ground, and settle the body with different practices. The belly breath is the basic level that all of these start with, which is why I have taught you that piece first and why you have hopefully been practicing it this whole time. Box breath is a balancing and grounding practice. It is foundational because once you understand and are used to this practice, you can build upon it with adjustments to create different responses. But we will get to those in later breathwork episodes. The pattern for box breath is tied to counts. For today, we will inhale for a count of 4, hold at the top for 4, exhale for a count of 4, and hold at the bottom for 4. You can imagine this makes the 4 sides of a box. In the show notes description, I have a link to Calm Strip's square breathing sticker that illustrates this idea. I'm not affiliated, but it is a possible useful resource to support you doing this practice. What makes those different from a regular sticker is that there is texture, which can be great for those who do better with sensory input. We will begin this practice in a minute, but I have one last thing. If this is your first time with this breath work, or you are in a mental space where you just need to receive, that is wonderful, and I am happy you are here and I can try to help. I will be leading you through the counts of the breath. However, I want to point out that this is a tool that is super useful for you to learn to guide yourself through on your own. As a neurodivergent, I gain a lot from counting my breath and being able to come into the present moment. So if you have the space, I invite you to mentally count along with me as we practice. That repetition of you doing it alongside the guide will help train your brain to do it for yourself. You will also be able to tailor it to your needs later. Okay, so on with the practice. To start, I want us to take 3 deep belly breaths together. Inhaling through the nose, letting the belly fill, and exhaling and letting it fall. Inhale and fill up. Exhale to release. Inhale to fill. Exhale to release. Now, in exhaling, exhale, exhale, and inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. You can let go of the pattern and let your breath just return to the belly, filling on the inhale, releasing on the exhale. You just completed 5 rounds of the box breath today. Great job. Some guidance if you would like to continue practicing on your own. It is okay if this pace was too hard. It is okay if one or both of the holds were uncomfortable for you. It is okay if they felt they were too short. You have the freedom and authority to make adjustments. When I am working with kids, I do this breath work as a count of 3 instead of 4. In my practice, whenever I am attached to the 4 count but it feels too short, I make the pace slower. Or I add numbers to the count, stretching myself slowly over time to deepen and lengthen my breath capacity. Often, I find myself incorporating my fingers into the count to help me stay in my body and concentrate on the practice. I also made a beaded breath counter so that I can do rounds and not have to think too hard as I'm doing it. Again, learning and becoming comfortable with this breath pattern is just the beginning, but it is also a huge step in and of itself. I will have other episodes guiding you through other breathwork patterns coming in the future. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, comment, or share this episode. Let me know in the comments if you liked this combination of learning and practice. I hope you will have a wonderful day. Blessings.